Hey guys, Joel here. While we do make fun of how Hollywood would rather make remakes over original films, there are occasions where remakes are accepted by the general public. The How to Train Your Dragon remake showed Disney how live-action remakes should be done. People often forget that Brian De Palma's Scarface is a remake. Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story is beloved by musical fans. And do I even need to mention how brilliant John Carpenter's remake of The Thing is? But the remake I want to shed light on today is the 1999 remake of The Mummy. A remake of the classic Universal monster film from 1932, this movie was directed by Stephen Sommers, who would go on to direct Van Helsing. And while it did get mixed reviews from critics at the time, it was a box office success, which led The Mummy to become a whole franchise. It spawned two sequels, the first of which starred Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his first ever acting role, and an upcoming third one, which is the whole reason why I'm doing this review, a spin-off series featuring The Rock's character, a TV show, a roller coaster, and a Tom Cruise remake that I'm not going to talk about here. So is this movie a treasure buried in the desert, or will it summon a plague of boredom on me? Well, my dear viewers, let's find out. The story follows adventurer and treasure hunter Rick O'Connell, played by a very handsome Brendan Fraser, librarian Evelyn Carnahan, played by Rachel Weisz, and her older brother Jonathan, played by John Hannah, as they travel to the city of the dead, Hamunaptra, where they accidentally awaken the high priest Imhotep. And here's where I start to get into the differences between the 1932 original and the remake, because the story is completely different. The original starring Boris Karloff had Imhotep accidentally resurrected by a group of archaeologists and disguises himself as Artist Bey so he could find what he thinks is the reincarnated Ankh-Senamu, who was the pharaoh's daughter. In the remake, Ankh-Senamu is the pharaoh's wife who had an affair with Imhotep. So yeah, it's different, but that's what a remake should do. Take parts of the original while also doing something completely different with it.
But wait! There's more!
Because the story isn't the only drastic change. That's where we talk about the differences in the genres. The original Mummy was primarily a horror movie with its supernatural monster and eerie atmosphere. The remake, on the other hand, it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet of genres. You want horror? There are some spooky scenes in here. You want action? Have a plethora of action sequences. You want adventure? Adventure is everywhere in Egypt. You want comedy? Wish granted. And for the cherry on top, have some of the best chemistry you have ever seen for a little bit of romance. It's very rare that we get a movie that juggles a bunch of genres all at once. Luckily, the Mummy remake manages to do just that without becoming a complete mess. But that chemistry I mentioned earlier wouldn't work if the movie didn't have good performances, so let's talk about them. Like I said, Rick and Evelyn are a fantastic duo, and that's thanks to the amazing chemistry between Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Fraser was already rising high in Hollywood thanks to his breakout roles in Encino Man, School Ties, and George of the Jungle. However, while this movie did make him a big action star, his career would slowly go downhill from the late 2000s to the mid-2010s due to poor box office performances and various health and personal issues. Luckily, things have gotten better for him, and his film career has been revitalized thanks to his Oscar-winning performance in The Whale. And since then, he's been in stuff like Killers of the Flower Moon and Rental Family. Which makes me even more excited that he's returning to this role of Rick O'Connell because he was amazing in this movie. Not only is he very handsome in this movie, he brings a lot of charm and charisma to Rick O'Connell, which results in him being effortlessly cool, especially with his quips.
Let me guess. Spring cleaning.
It also helps that he has a fantastic screen partner in the form of Rachel Weisz as Evelyn. Now you think with a movie of this caliber, you would think that Evelyn would be the helpless damsel in distress, right?
Nope.
Rachel Weisz and her incredible performance as Evelyn made sure that she was the opposite. She's smart, she takes no crap from anyone, and she manages to be as resourceful as the men. It's no wonder that Brendan Fraser keeps saying that she was wonderful to work with.
Rachel she's wonderful. She's just wonderful.
Then you have Kevin J. O'Connor doing an amazing job as Benny Gabor, a complete slimeball who also has one of the most quotable scenes of the movie.
Hey! O'Connor! It looks to me like I've got all the horses!
Hey, Benny! Looks to me like you're on the wrong side of the river!
John Hannah is great at playing Evelyn's goofy older brother, Jonathan. Odette Ferrick does a great job at portraying this movie's adaptation of Arth Bay. And Arnold Vosloo makes Imhotep one outstanding villain. Fantastic performances all across the board. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video actually revolves back to Imhotep. The CGI, yes, while looking a little bit dated, looks incredible. I mean, that really shouldn't be a surprise because the CGI in this movie was done by Industrial Light and Magic, whose long list of films include Men in Black, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Project Hail Mary, the Star Wars franchise, The Wicked Duology, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and Jurassic Park where they made frickin' Rexy! I can keep going on and on, but not only am I out of breath from that list, I am also running out of things to say. This movie has easily entered into my top 30 favorite movies of all time. It's that good. Overall, I'll give The Mummy from 1999 a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even share it around. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you next time.